Hi, I'm Mayor Farrah N, and for today's chat with the Mayor, I'm speaking with Linda DiMario, Director of Community Engagement for Octane. Hi Linda, it's so wonderful to see you again, and I'm so happy to be out here. So tell me a little bit about what you're doing here.
Thank you, Mayor. Really pleased to be speaking with you today. Octane is one of the top small business development centers in the country, and it's located right here in Orange County. And we're excited about the work that we do because we help grow companies, and we increase the number of jobs that are available for our young people here in Orange County.
So would you say that you would be sort of like an incubator or a hub for new startups to come in and get the boost that they need?
That's a very good description of it. More precisely, we would call ourselves an accelerator. That is to say that there are a great many startups that come to a point where growing and scaling and perhaps going for another round of funding, they need help with that, and that's where the Octane Launchpad Accelerator plugs in.
So tell me a little bit about this. What type of businesses are you seeing coming in to Octane, and where do you see them going?
The businesses that we focus on are very related to medical device and a broad spectrum of life science products and services. And then technology, broad spectrum, everything from the soft to the hard technologies. And that takes in fintech and gaming, as well as the healthcare applications. So we do a lot of work in those fields. Those are the kinds of companies that normally come our way because we're particularly well equipped and well networked to help them.
And how long do you keep them in this, I guess, in this organization until they're ready to move on?
The process depends upon where the company is in its life cycle and what kind of assistance we're providing for them. But we can be working with them for weeks or perhaps months. Sometimes they'll continue on with us with coaching and mentoring. So we have a lot of opportunities there. We're also going to be adding and extending back and creating more of an incubator approach to it, where we hope to welcome a great many more companies through. We'll help them navigate the ecosystem and the resources. And we're also going to work with them to decide at what point we could be most helpful and how. And then we'll turn to our partners if we need assistance. So we're going to be able to do probably 3 times as many companies as we're working with now.
That's quite exciting.
It is.
And so, you know, for me, everything is related within the bubble of Irvine. So how many of these companies do you think are ending up making Irvine their headquarters?
That's the good news. And I can tell you with some surety that we probably assist more Irvine companies than from any place else in Orange County or Southern California, no question. These startups are occurring in Irvine because Irvine, if you look at a heat map of Irvine, the startups are here. They're in the Spectrum area, they're in the UCI area, and they're in the business corridor area of Irvine. We're the hot spot. As a consequence, we generate a great many companies through here. You ask the question, where are they going? Companies that get the funding they need will stay here. We've surveyed our companies. They love Irvine. They love the ecosystem of Irvine. They love the business environment of Irvine. So we don't lose any companies because of Irvine. We don't lose companies because of Orange County. We will lose companies because their funding source would like them to be closer.
Got it. So I know there's quite a few funding sources right here in Orange County and in Irvine. So it's making those connections and making sure that these startups get the funding locally so they're not running off to some other area.
That's correct. That's exactly right. And that's one of the really great achievements, I think, of Octane in recent years, is they have increased the number of funds that they have set up. We also have we've just added another fund in addition to one that encourages ophthalmology funding. We have a new one for climate, energy, and the environment as well. So we're anticipating more resources coming into the area.
That's wonderful. And thank you again so much for everything that you do. I know you've had a history here in Irvine with the Greater Irvine Chamber of Commerce, and I know you're still doing a little work there as well. But what you're doing here is something that I think interests so many people, because we want to see Irvine become that hub of innovation, and you guys are definitely helping that happen.
Thank you for that. And that, in addition to the fact that Irvine is that hub, and we're going to grow it and strengthen it, Octane is also doing some foundation work here, because we really believe strongly that Irvine and Orange County, the live-work experience here, is absolutely essential to the quality of our innovation ecosystem. They go hand in hand. And so we're working to increase the number of women businesses. We're working with diverse populations to encourage study and career paths for underserved and underrepresented populations in the area. We're working with our nonprofits to help them build sustainability, capacity, and more funding so they can continue to serve their populations. So I'm pretty proud of the work that Octane's doing.
So I'm loving everything that I'm hearing, but now I'm going to pivot a little bit and ask you, what is it that we can do here in the city to help businesses stay here? What is it that they're asking for?
That's a good question, and the good news is that Irvine and Orange County are generally providing everything that a company needs to succeed, but funding. We need more people to be funding these amazing companies and perhaps helping us persuade those that are investing in entertainment and real estate to pivot and fund great life science and technology companies of the future.
Well, thank you, Linda. This has been wonderful getting to know about Octane and seeing you again. And how do people get a hold of you if they're interested in the services that you offer?
To send me an email at linda@octaneoc.org.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.